actually are living is actually based on limitations and conditioning of the mind. And so you're thinking of yourself to be really like this small, but you're actually so much bigger. Why is it so important? It's important because if you don't actually expand your consciousness to actually see that you're actually a lot more than you are, you will actually be thinking that you're this small person in this small world, in this small body, having like a very limited experience. And when you begin to understand that you're so much more than you've actually been taught to believe, your life begins to actually open up for you. The second thing is that you've got to let go. Wherever it is you're trying to call up for your life, wherever you're trying to go to level up, I like to say up level, or to call in the greatest version of yourself, you see, it's going to have to take, you have to let go of who you actually were before. That means letting go of who you thought you were. That means letting go of your beliefs, your attitudes, the people in your life, your relationships, your everything. And I'll give you an example. I came to Paris for the first time in 2012. How I actually ended up here was literally for an entire year of my life in Miami. I kept getting signs pointing me to Paris, 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 Paris. So I sold my loft, I sold my car, and I came to Paris. I didn't know a single person. I didn't know one word of French. I didn't have a plan A, a plan B, or a plan C, but I just came, trusting that whatever force that was bringing me here was actually going to present itself and tell me, okay, Wani, this is actually what you're supposed to do. When I got to Paris, I came with my Miami-ness, with my American-ness on my back. That was not going to happen. And in order for me to fully integrate here and to really enjoy what the universe is actually offering to me, I had to let go of my life back there. I had to let go of my friends. I had to let go of the way that I was. I had to let go of the way I was actually working. I remember what Joseph Campbell says. In order for you to allow the life the universe has planned for you, you have to be willing to let go of the life that you've actually planned. You see, all of us, we can only see from here to here. But there's so much more. There's like endless possibilities, right? And so it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, I want to go here, but then you're carrying around like all your baggage this weekend. It's just not going to work. It's either or. You have to like let it go to have this over here. That is the second thing. And I'm going to tell you right now that it's not that easy. I think I'm just now getting to the point here in Paris, and I've been living between back in Miami and Paris, where I'm really beginning to fully integrate into living here, into my experience. I'm no longer going back to Miami and doing, 10 months here or 3 months there, like when I was in Miami before. It's like I'm here and I'm committed to actually being here, and I'm committed to being, to integrate into society. The third thing that you need to really understand to up level, or to level up, is that you have to understand that this reality we're actually living in, there's so much more to it. There are multiple universes, there are parallel realities going on right now, right? So it's not just like where we are right now here in Paris, this beautiful room, a beautiful space. There's like multiple universes going on at the same time, there's multiple dimensions, right? And everything, you're always existing. You're existing here, you're existing in parallel realities, and you have to expand your consciousness to see that wherever you are right now, there's so much more to you, okay? So right now, whatever it is you're trying to call up in your life, there's a future version of yourself that's actually living a different reality, that's actually experiencing that. And in order for you to actually level up, you're gonna have to be able to start connecting with who that person is to bring her into this reality. The next thing is like you have to understand that everything we're living in this life, the universe is actually vibration, okay? Everything you see that appears to be solid is actually vibrating. It's actually energy. It's actually moving forward, right? And so the way you actually connect with what you want to do is you have to become in alignment with it, okay? And so one of my favorite, I think he's an American inventor, Nikola Tesla, who said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you need to think in terms of vibration, energy, and frequency. What this means is like whatever you're trying to attract into your life, you have to be a vibrational match to it. And so whatever you're having in your life right now, it's what you are attracting to yourself. You are a vibrational match to it. So if you want, for example, to have more money, you gotta stop saying how broke you are, how you can't afford this, how gas is so expensive. If you want a relationship, you can't be saying, I know in America, like my friends in Miami, everyone's saying all the good guys are taken, they're gay, they're married. It's like, it's just like a constant like talk, right? And everybody wonders why there's single. It's like it's her frequency. Like attracts like, right? And I think for me, one of the most important things that has really helped me to shift my life is that it's really connecting with this ideal version of myself, right? Remember I said this like parallel universes, a parallel reality is actually going around. And so what you have to do is that every single day you have to picture in your mind, who do I want to become? What does she look like? Like, what is she doing? Like, what is she thinking? What is she saying? Like, how is she actually being? I mean, have you ever wondered how, like, week after week, day after day, year after year, month after month, your life looks relatively the same, right? You're thinking the same thoughts, you're taking the same routes to work, you're having the same conversations, it's like you're dating the same guy, you know, he just looks a little bit different, like different color eyes. It's like you're always living the same experiences, right? Although life is actually like moving on, it's because you're not changing your consciousness. And in order for you to have a different reality in this reality right here, you have to start changing who you are being, right? And so how you do this is by setting an intention. Every day connect and say, you know what? This future version of myself who's living a different reality, who's existing right now, what are you thinking? Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you holding yourself up? You know, what are you listening to? And I'm going to tell you at the very beginning, you will not hear anything. Okay, but it's like a muscle. You have to keep doing at it, right? And the more you ask these questions, what you do